tail. There's a fish. Got him. It's a good one. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. It's a giant. Gosh.
Get him out of that stuff.
Yeah, get him out of there. Oh, it's a chicken. Oh, he's in the branches. Get him out.
Yep.
Dude, my drag's. Oh no, he's in there. No. Oh, he's going way back in there. Get him out of there. Gosh, I gotta tighten this drag. Oh, I got him out. I got him out. Oh my god. Dude, this is a 7-pounder. Oh, going under the boat. Yeah, get rod tip down. Oh my gosh. Oh. Let's go. Oh my god, that's a 10-pounder. Are you kidding? Oh my god, look at that fish. Holy moly. My second ever Bama bass. Man, we've been out here for 3 hours. It's been a grind out here, guys. This fish right here. Oh my gosh, the gigantic bass. Goodness gracious. Thank you. What do you think she weighs? What's your guess? The bass hog.
I'm gonna say 8 pounds.
8 pounds?
A little over 8, maybe.
Then my PB, 6 pounds, 2 ounces. This bass shatters it. Official weight. It's gonna be my new PB. Old PB, 6 pounds. Official weight, 7.7 pounds. You called it, dude. 8 pounds.
Nice.
What a beauty. Man, time to let this giant girl go. Thank you for that fight. Oh man, what a fish. I'm shaking. Let her go. There she goes. Awesome, bro.
Hogzilla.
Man, Alabama fishing at its finest right here.
I saw the swirl the first time and I was like, that fish is a giant. Then when the first time its head came up, you're like, oh my god, it's
Dude,
a giant.
that was incredible. Man, I got them retied right now. You know that was quite a fight. I forgot to thread my line through the top 2 guys right here retying. Still shaking after that last fish.
Drag out.
That, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, my drag actually wasn't locked. It wasn't locked down tight enough. It was only about like halfway. I needed it locked down.
Yeah, for a fish like that, man. That fish, look at there, male bass. About
oh yeah.
Just swam right back in there. We're sitting right
yeah.
on the nest. That could have been the female that bit it, and then male went right back in.
Yeah. So what just happened there, guys, is we're fishing this weightless lizard. You see, you got a bunch of them here. Dyed the tail in chartreuse, and that bass is likely on the bed right back here. Pitch blind casting at these. We're just covering this bank right here.
Magnum lizards.
Zoom Magnum lizard. Yep. Got her to bite it, and that's the best bass fight I've ever had in my entire life. Biggest bass in my entire life. Almost forgot. Got to introduce my man out here fishing with Steven from Bama Bass.
What's up, guys?
This guy catches the biggest bass I've ever seen on YouTube. You caught what, 11-pounder 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we got some big ones here in Bama.
He's got some big ones. You know, you don't always catch a lot at this lake, but you catch some big ones, right?
That's right. It's a grind out here sometimes, but as you can see, we catch some big ones, and Mike's already on them, and we're gonna go out and get some more.
Yeah, I mean, we've been out here for 3 hours. That was our second fish that we put in the boat. The first one was a dink, but it's well worth the grind for these gigantic fish. So we started the morning off on the east side of the bank, fishing frogs. We fished it. We really wanted to get a topwater bite going, but the bass were not cooperating, even though the conditions are really good. We got a cloudy day, 73-degree water.
Good one, dude. Yep. Big. Get the net. Get the net. Get the net. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous, dude. Peric just got his biggest bass ever, and then right afterwards, I caught this behemoth. I got a FaceTime Rackley right now. Who's this? Is this Rackley?
No.
What?
You must have the wrong number.
I'm so sorry. I thought this was my friend Rackley. Here's my fish though. I caught a fish.
How big?
I don't know. We're about to weigh it, but it's a good bass.
Cool.
Cool. Anyway, it's nice talking with you. Have a great day.
Alright.
Alright, sorry.
Bye-bye.
That wasn't Rackley. Choked it. Update. 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 Gone, son. 35 pounds today if we keep this up. We're out here on a big fish mission apparently. Perrick just caught his biggest bass ever. I'm not gonna tell you how big it is. I'm not gonna show you too much of the clip, but what I will show you guys is me netting that fish because it was absolute chaos. You guys have to watch this video to check it out. But just right after he caught his big bass, I donked this one right here. I think it's probably close to 7, I don't know. It's an absolute behemoth. Right here throwing the gridiron jig. And we're thinking these fish are still spawning, like just a big late wave has come through and they're just crunching. I'm gonna put this guy on the scale real quick.
Look at your rod up there.
What?
Oh my God, your rod's going in the water.
Okay, well, hang on. There we go. I'm gonna guess probably close to 7. Yeah, 7-1. 7 pound, 1 ounce bass. That's our second fish of the day, and it is a 7 pound, 1 ounce LMB. All right, gonna put our Big Bertha back. This is Big Bertha number 2. Let's see if we can get 5 Big Berthas. Could have just swim off. What a unit. Dude, we had a really good day yesterday, and I'm pissed that we didn't film, but it seems like today could be better. Put her there. Let's go crush another one. Same scenario though, like off the bank.
Just casting the jig out and dragging it through the fields of trees, or stump fields as they're called, and I'm just dragging it along very slowly. When I feel something good, I just stop, let it sit there, and it's just kind of the death crawl. But that's when we're getting our bites. When that jig was paused for 3, 4, 5 seconds next to a good object like a big tree stump or a tree, that's when we were getting our bites, and we hadn't caught anything huge yet. The biggest one we caught was about 4 pounds. Keep in mind this is Lake Fork where there's some really big bass. And I've got my jig thrown out. I'm throwing a 3/4 ounce jig, and I'm going to show it to you guys right now. This is not the exact one, but this is very similar. This is a 1/2 ounce. This isn't a 3/4. I love these jigs. These are the old impact jigs from LFT Lures. Love the head design. This is what's called a casting jig. It's just kind of an overall jig. It's got a keel on the bottom where you can kind of cast it out at anything. It's not quite a full-blown flipping jig, but you can definitely use it for that. It's got a good brush guard on it. A really awesome chameleon paint head. I don't think I've ever seen these on any other jigs, but it just kind of looks like a bluegill. You know how it's got that iridescent, like glittery chameleon style look. It's got that on it, natural colored skirt, and then a unique trailer. This is what's called a Hyper Freak. LFT Lures makes this, and it is basically just a big flapper on the end, just like that. So I had that rigged up, 3/4 ounce, dragging. I had my rod and my line set up pretty beefy. For this lake, this time of year, you never know what you're gonna get into. So I had 65 pound braided line with a 25 pound fluorocarbon leader, pure fluorocarbon leader. And I also had a heavy action 7-foot 4-inch rod. So this is a big setup. You can drive the fish away from the trees if you get a big one on, 7, 8 pound plus fish. So I was set up and good to go there. And then all of a sudden I look up, and it just feels like my jig is falling when it shouldn't be. It's like it's not having bottom contact. It doesn't feel solid on there. It just feels like loose and squishy. So automatically out of reaction, boom, set the hook, and it just doesn't move. It's just solid. I'm like, oh, this could be a good one. This could really be a good one. And when the water's colder, the fish don't tend to fight as hard. The fish fight really hard when it's around 70 degrees, but when it's around that 58, 59, 60 degree mark, they don't fight as hard, as at least largemouth don't, as when it's a little bit warmer. So the fish isn't fighting that hard. I just know I've got a really good fish on the line. I start reeling it, and my guide client's like, is it a good one? Is it a good one? I'm like, I don't know, I can't really tell yet, but it's going to deep water. The spot where I got the bite was in about 10 to 12 feet of water, and then it was going out towards like 20 feet of water. So I'm reeling, I've got good pressure on the fish, and then it starts to come up. And when it comes up and I see the head on this thing, I'm like, get the net, it's a giant, get the net. Full blacktip H crisis mode.
Oh, Benny,
Oh my God, dude! They're all under the boat! Holy!
My guide client's freaking out more than me. He's like, I've never seen a bass that big. That's a giant, that's a giant. He's getting the net. I've got the fish, it's just wallering at the top. When a bass gets over like 8 pounds, it can't really jump out of the water. It's kind of rare to see him jump fully out of the water. It just kind of wallers at the top. And so I'm just kind of dragging this thing in, and then my customer puts the net right under the fish and I just drag it right in there. And I can't believe how fat this fish was. It was just chocked full of eggs. So I'm so excited. I thought it was like an 18-pound bass looking at it at first. I put the fish in the live well and I'm just hanging on to it. Everybody's having a slow morning. I'm checking in with my other guide buddies and you know, nobody's really catching anything. So I'm like, I cannot wait to bring this fish in and show everybody and shock everybody. And we're just sitting there at the dock and people are coming in like, how y'all doing? Having a good morning? Yeah, it's kind of tough, A little slow. I guess we got a pretty good one. Pretty decent one in there. You want to check it out? So everybody's going up to my live well. They're opening the lid and that thing looks like a football. It's so wide and thick. And one of my good buddies had a certified scale. So he was like, let's get this thing on the scale. Let's see how much it weighs. And it was 11.5 pounds. But he told me, he said, you should have weighed this thing as soon as you caught it, because it had been sitting in the live well for about 3.5 hours, and fish lose their water weight under stress. So I probably could have had a few more ounces on there and it'd be even bigger. But that's a lesson. If you're fishing this time of year, make sure you have a scale that you can really trust and weigh them right on the spot. Don't wait like I did. I was trying to be, you know, cocky, braggadocious and bring it in and hey, let's wait in front of everybody. Weigh it right there. Get photo evidence and then let it go. So you're probably wondering, what did this fish look like? How fat was it? What was it like in real life? Well, we've got the video footage to show you. Check this out. 11-pound bass right here. Caught on a LFT impact jig and a Hyper Freak. We're in March right here. And this is the kind of fish you can catch in March. And especially on a jig. We're gonna let her go right here. Right where we caught her. She's yoked up, getting ready to spawn. And we'll revive her and she'll make beautiful babies. Big babies for Lake Fork. See you later, sweetheart. Whew. God. Look how she just followed that trail. See that? Amazing. Awesome. So that's how it went down, guys. It was actually not a crazy fight like you would think a giant bass would put up. I've caught many other, you know, 6, 7, and 8 pound bass that have put up much bigger fights. But it definitely was one of the most beautiful bass I've ever caught, regardless of size. Just the colors and the girth and everything. I mean, that fish had never been caught, didn't have a scar, a mark on it. It was just totally beautiful. So I've decided that this year, finally, I'm going to get that thing mounted. I wrote down all the measurements